I want to test the audio.
All right, everybody, welcome to Tier 2. We're here in Bahrain for the first round of the NFS Season 2 Championship. We've already got a few guys out on track. Sorry for the late start. We did have a few issues finding the stream and able to get it started, so we are here just a little late. But yeah, we got a couple guys out on tracks. Got our first time set as Emerald set to 127.2. And that was on the medium tire. Joined today in the comms box with Lucas. Lucas, how are you doing today?
Doing good. Looking forward to some good racing. Good to be back in the season.
For sure, for sure. As we see, Miles put a 126.3 on. That's on the softs. So far, got a pretty good mix of tires. Got a few guys out on the mediums, also good many out on the softs. Kind of what are you expecting out of this short quali session, Lucas?
Yeah, was just about to say short quali, so we can't expect a lot of people on the mediums. We will expect, I'm expecting almost everyone in the top 10 to be on the soft, so we'll see how it runs out later on, but yeah, some competitive times, hopefully to be posted. Looks like we got a couple people out, and got about 5 people still in the pits here, just waiting for the track to ramp up a bit.
Did you post the link to the
oh,
stream?
Yeah, I probably should do that. I probably should do that. We got Miles out on track, putting in back-to-back laps actually on the soft tires, which is quite interesting because in Bahrain you don't expect to put back-to-back laps. Those tires are going to be already gone after one lap almost.
Yeah, especially with the short quali session, your fastest lap is going to be what you start with as far as the tires go. So I think the softs on a good day are going to last around 9 to 10 laps if you're really nice to them and can save tires pretty well. But yeah, he's gonna, especially 2 push laps like that, it's gonna hurt that tire wear pretty badly.
Oh yeah, and those soft tires, you in the race, if you use those, they're good for the first couple laps, and then after that they won't get a puncture, but you'll be losing like 1.5 seconds a lap, so you definitely don't want that either.
Get Spitz an invite. I saw he.
Oh, he left?
It out. Yeah. Yeah, so I've already got a few times on those mediums. Looks like most of the guys are so far that have set a time are on the mediums. Get another soft guy come through. So far we got Miles leading with a 126.1 on the softs. The leader of the medium runners is Emerald with a 126.9. Followed by Stig with a 127.2 and his teammate JJ Dog 127.4.
Yeah, we know the Mercedes team is definitely going to be strong this year. They were the winners of the Constructors last year, Stig being the runner-up for the championship, and going on a back-to-back lap on the mediums, which it definitely is probably more doable than the softs. We saw he was a 10th and a half up in the first sector. We'll see what he can get through the middle sector now to see if he can improve that time.
Yeah, I would say just coming off of last season, you got to say Stig's probably the favorite for season 2. Had a really great season last season, and unfortunately just ran up against a buzzsaw with Combs and the kind of second half of the season that he had. But yeah, it was one of those fights that came down to the last race. Ended up being a really close battle for that championship.
As he crossed the line now, he does improve by about 0.4 of a second, just under 0.4. Did run over that last curb in the final turn, probably cost him about half a tenth or so. but overall it was a really good lap on the mediums.
Still only got about half the people that put a lap in so far.
Exactly, which is surprising to be honest.
Yeah, I can't see the time. I said 9 minutes left, so we're about halfway through.
Yeah, about halfway through. Submitted
that's
6
probably
times.
Yeah, a lot of those guys probably may have just invalidated their lap or something like that.
Yeah, definitely. I saw Buck was out, invalidated his lap. Spitz was out in track, spun in turn 1 or lost the rear. In turn 2. So he probably pitted as well as getting disconnected. Got a couple other people.
Yeah, Stig actually improved his time on that second lap. Jumped him up to P2 with a 126.8.
Yeah, just ahead.
So that's a little over half a tenth of a second in front of Amaru.
Yeah, and we know there's a lot of time to gain for sure for Stig. Being only 7/10 off miles, hard or mediums are definitely about a second, 0.1 slower than the softs. So, especially at this track where it's so much grip that's necessary for a good lap. So to be that little off is really good.
Yeah, it's something strange that I've seen so far, just in the races that I've done. It really does seem like that second lap you can gain a lot of time. I'm not sure how. I know Miles set another time on those softs, and we kind of talked about how that might be a little bit of a disadvantage for him just because of the tire wear here. But yeah, the mediums, especially in a tight battle like this between Stig and Amaru so far, it might be a good thing for Stig. Just to try to get that extra position and that little bit of extra time out of those tires.
100%. Yeah, and track position, especially in this game, with the cars having so much less downforce, it's so important.
Yeah, it's huge for sure. And I mean, like I said, this is round 1, so all the guys are going to be pretty amped up and pretty jittery to start the season, I would imagine.
Oh yeah.
So the less people you have to pass, the better.
100%. And with tire wear this season not being that big of an issue, like I remember last season, 6 laps, the softs were at like 80% already. But especially Bahrain, China, those high tire wear tracks, like now you can go like 10, 11 laps on the softs if you're nice to them. So I mean.
Right.
Doing a second lap isn't that bad on the mediums. I'd say softs are definitely more critical to keep it very minimal, but we do see Miles out on track again.
Yeah, and just talking about the tires in general, Lucas, I know me and you have both done a couple of races here so far this since the new game has come out. And to me, it looks like the soft to hard strategy is probably the best one so far, to me at least.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of surprised to see all these guys out on the mediums.
Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, I've done the medium soft before in this track. I did the hard to soft. I mean, they all worked out well. But I mean, it all depends on safety cars, where you're positioned, how many people you can overtake. You know, it's all a bunch of things. But I think, like you said, the most optimal strategy would be the soft to hard.
Yeah, normally I would say the medium tire is a lot more flexible, but just so far, just first impressions, these guys are having a tough time with the new handling model, and I've seen a lot of DNFs and some other leagues that I race in, and just practice races in general. So in my case, I would almost expect an early race safety car, and I just feel like the softs kind of give you a little more flexibility to be able to pit early if you need to.
Yeah, 100%.
Especially in normally we would do a full quali session, so
yeah, you'd see more people.
Normally
on
your
the
faster
mediums.
guys are going to advance and be higher up on the grid, while now if these guys start to switch to the softs, then the guys that are committed to the mediums are going to be kind of hung out to dry, and they're going to be mid-pack or even toward the back of the pack.
Oh wow, and we see some absolutely beautiful times by both Aston Martins. Bucks decided to go on the medium. Absolutely beautiful lap to be only 0.2 off miles. Who's on the softs? And
Yeah,
Spitz
so-
with that lap, almost 6/10 up on Miles, which is incredible.
Yeah, and it looks like
Definitely
they
has the
might have
advantage.
timed that. Looks like they might have timed that to where Buck got a little bit of a toe.
No, I think Buck was given the toe. Buck had his time in first.
Was
Yeah, so
Okay.
Spitz was getting, not that the toe is much help in this new game, similar to last game, but I mean, every little bit helps. As you see Miles about to cross the line now. Will he improve on his P2? No, he won't. He'll improve by 3/10, but he will not improve the position. And
Just getting word that that JPR has gotten a 5-place grid penalty
really,
due to some contact with Spitz.
oh shoot. Interesting. I didn't get that on stream, but I'm sure we'll have reportings later on anyways, but I mean, I wonder what Miles is going to do. Is he going to decide to pit right now? I mean, he's going quite slow through this middle sector at the moment.
Yeah,
He's got about 3.5 minutes.
Yeah,
3:30. So if I were Miles, you got to race back to the pits and get a fresh set on because you don't got much time.
I was gonna say he might be out of gas, but I don't think he is. He's just he maybe getting ready for another lap without having to pit. I don't know. Just maybe like another out lap.
You're right. It could be. I don't think it would be too helpful.
I just don't know if he's gonna have enough time to go back in.
I don't think so. Honestly, it takes about a minute before. Yeah, no, he's definitely not going to get enough time after taking a slow lap here. Even if he's going to go for another lap after this, the tires are going to be cold. Just ran through the gravel. I don't
He's
know.
gonna have to be careful not to get a dis and next lap invalidation also.
Yeah, I don't see him doing another lap, to be honest, because he's got about a minute in hand.
Oh, and I see the two Alpine teammates, Emerald and Stead, are separated by 1,000th of a second.
Oh my God! Wow, look at that. That's
crazy.
incredible. That's good to see, though. You know, I love seeing when teammates are like that close. Shows the consistency.
Exactly. Yeah, we've got
That's
a lot
amazing.
of guys pretty bunched up on this leaderboard right now. JPR, really from let's see, about Stig to JPR. I mean, they're only separated by about 0.3 of a second. So you got 4th to 8th. Man, that's insane. We've got JJ Darr on a flyer here on the soft, so you can guarantee he's gonna improve his time a little.
Yeah, we're on board with him now, so take us through the lap, I guess, the last two sectors.
It's probably the toughest section of the track so far from what I've seen. He goes a little wide there. On the exit of 4 and 5, that's just one of the. I mean, it's almost like another auto spin curb if you just get on that outside curb there coming out of 4 and 5. So got to really be careful. Feel like he got the power down pretty well there through turn 10. Takes a little curve on 11. And I like to cut it in a little sharp there, Lucas. I don't know about you. He got
lose
loose
the back
there.
end.
Yeah, he does a good job to keep it off the wall, though.
That is an indication that the rear wing is too low.
Yeah, and it's such a fine line this year because, like in previous games, I don't remember spinning without hitting the curb there. But this year it's just like you said, if you don't have enough wing, then it turns you around. I mean, that's it.
Yeah, it is. And personally, I would rather take an extra couple numbers on the wing to just give me that stability because if you're going to be spinning on the softs in that turn, I can't imagine on the hards, man. You're going to have to ease off every single time. Like, that's just, you're losing so much time in the laps, and it's just, it's not worth it, you know, for that extra straight line speed of, what, 0.5?
Yeah,
I don't know about
that. And we just had Lakito come across the line. He's up in the P8 with a 127.1. He is on the soft tire.
Yep.
Graham's on an outlap now. I don't think he's going to make it around, though.
No, we're going to see the last person cross line is Spitz, who's on an outlap. He's crossed with 8 seconds to spare. Going to take you through this lap. A lot of the top guys did retire. Miles, Buck in the pits, Stig in the pits, Amaral retires, Graham's retired, JPR, a lot of them. So Spitz looks like one of the only ones left on the soft tires. Already sitting in provisional pole. We'll see where he puts himself after this lap. Hitting up turn 3 right, turn 3 right now. Takes a lot of curb on the exit into turn 4 or 5. He's going to be about a tenth and a half. I didn't even. Someone just joined the stream. I couldn't even see. It was about a tenth and a half down, I think. Into the downhill. Everyone locks up in this turn. Hates it. Not that good. Turn 10. Yeah, like I said, locks up. Hits the DRS. Gets on the power nicely.
JJ Dog jumps into P3.
Yeah, a really good lap from him as well. Takes a lot of curb on the entry. Shoots you a bit wide. Takes a wider line, not as tight, but it's still a tenth and a half up. Matched his middle sector from before. This is the last sector. You don't make much time up here. It's only a straight and few turns. Turn 14, 15. Beautiful entry to 14. Lovely exit onto 15.
Yeah,
but he pits.
Oh, he's gonna pit.
Yep, knew he couldn't improve on that, and that's gonna be it. Crew Steam is up to P3 as well. What a lap from him.
Yeah, speaking of Crew Steamer,
just came out of nowhere.
Break. Yeah, as we're going to the break. 1 second.
And that's going to be all she wrote for qualifying. There she is. Spitz on pole position, Miles in P2, Crew P3, J-Dog P4, and Buck on the mediums in P5, which is an absolutely amazing position for him.
Speaking of Crew Steamer is actually in the middle of a 24-hour consecutive stream here. And that's to raise some money for cancer charity based in the UK called Macmillan Cancer, all of which is streamed on his Twitch account, and that link is in our Discord. So if y'all want to stop by and support him in any way that you can, whether it be with views or any kind of monetary donation that you can give, I'm sure that would be greatly appreciated by Crew. A lot of us are affected by cancer, but this charity particularly looks for the families of the patients as well as those with cancer, offering time away from caring and much more. Yeah, Crew has personally been a part of this charity, and they're incredible in the way that they supported him and his mother, and as his father was slipping away with terminal cancer. So yeah, definitely check with Crew, and like I said, we've got a link in the Discord. I know there's one in the announcements tab, and he might have posted one just before the race started as well.
Yeah, he did.
But yeah, for sure. Definitely a great cause, and definitely want to support Crew. Crew's been one of the guys that's been there really from the beginning with us. So anything that we can do to support him, I know he would greatly appreciate it, and we're definitely happy to do what little we can do, whether it just be making just an advertisement on the stream. But yeah, definitely check him out and see what's going on with him. I know after this race, he's still going to have some time left in that 24-hour stream, so not sure what he's got planned for that, but I'm sure it'll be a good time. Crew's always a good time to be in a party chat with, I know. So yeah, definitely look forward to that, and definitely check him out.
Yeah. Okay, so there's a bit of an issue here. I don't know why, but apparently I'm in the race after I clicked spectating. So this is
At least you're at the back.
Yeah, you know what I'll do? I'll just stall on the line, and then I'll just retire in the pits with no. Wow, this is great. So commentating and racing lap 1 here. Got to turn the wheel on real quick because this is
the new norm. Yep.
Yeah. I clicked spectating. This new game's got a lot of issues, I realized, especially like you said yesterday in the longer races. Like, yeah. I don't know why.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like I said, for some reason in the 5-lappers, I never have any issues. But when it comes to these 25 and 50% races, it's just like it just goes crazy. It's like a game just can't so it just has all these bugs.
Yeah.
But that's not really something new with Codemasters or the F1 game. So we kind of take it as it goes and just do the best we can.
Yeah. As you were speaking about crew, yeah, if you do have any questions about that, feel free to ask a steward, marshal, or crew himself. Would probably be the best one to ask. Yeah. Anyways.
Yeah, crew will be racing our Tier 1 race as well. He's actually a reserve for this race. So I don't know if he shares. I'm sure he shares his party chat. So you might hear me later on in there, but we'll see. So yeah, we got Spitz, big time pole for Spitz. Not really sure. I know Spitz has got a lot of pace, but didn't really know what to expect from him coming into this season. I hadn't really raced with him a whole lot, but he's definitely shown the pace so far, putting it on pole for the first race of the season. Got Miles behind him in P2, Crew in P3, JJ Dog P4. Thought we might see a little more out of him. Buck P5. I believe Buck was on the medium, so that's a good spot for him. Followed by Stig. Amarul, he was up on the timing charts early on, but he kind of dropped back toward the end.
Didn't stick with the, he just stuck with the, and that's the top 7.
So,
everyone below Loquido from 11th to, well, not including me, obviously, 15th is going to be on the medium tire.
On the mediums, yeah.
I think Loquido's the only one on the softs. All right, let's start this race.
Here we go.
Don't want to hit anyone, obviously.
Miles doesn't get a great start. He's going to be behind Spitz going into turn 1. Oh, and Crew makes a move on the outside, but he clips Miles on the way around. JJ Dog's looking for a move already on Crew here. He's already up into P2. He's looking to the inside. Is he going to be able to make it stick? I think he does. He does. He gets around Crew. JJ Dog into P2 early. Amarul already up to P5. Big move from him. He jumped Buck and Stig. And he is on the medium tire also. Let's see if Miles got any damage from that. Oh,
yeah, he's dropped back.
He did. It was minor. Honestly, though, like with sim damage, I'm surprised that he doesn't have more.
Oh, this is on sim damage. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
And again, apologies for this, as I'm not able to see any of this action on lap 1 until I retire in the pits.
JPR making moves. He got that unfortunate 5-place grid penalty, but he's already up to P12. Up 3 positions so far.
And we see Loquido drop from P10 to P15 on the soft tires.
Oh, and JJ Dog's around.
Yeah, exactly what I
Not
suspected.
sure what happened there.
Oh, we got 2 around, and New One, I think it was, yeah. And there's a VSC.
And I think New One
on track resulting in loose debris. Fortunately, the marshals have managed to clear it up in time, and there are no plans for a safety car right now.
Yeah, they both lost it. I think. I don't think it was where they contacted. I think they just.
Yeah, I think New One was a little later than JJ Dog. JJ Dog was at the front of the pack.
Yeah.
As we see Loquido going to the pits.
Yeah, he might have had damage. That's why he dropped back 5 positions. But
yeah, could have been. And Mr. Delia gets a 5-second penalty for ignoring the yellow flags.
Ooh, yeah, that's. As we see the race strategies that just popped up, soft, medium, medium, or soft, soft, medium. Obviously, those aren't optimal. Those are just what the game wants you to do. But
yeah, and this is all glitched right now. Miles is back into P9 currently, so he must have had some more issues.
As we see the top gainers so far, we got Villeneuve, who's in 8th place, started, I'm pretty sure it was 13th, gained 5 positions. Base loser is JJ Dog, losing 10 positions as he spun into turn, was it 13, 12? I think it was turn
12, I believe.
Yeah, yep. Turn 12. And then we saw, Miles as well, losing 7 positions. I'm honestly, sim damage is like, it's you can get the smallest amount of damage and you can wind up losing 3 seconds a lap. You know, it's just so. I think he's just gonna wind up pitting. Honestly,
it's one. Let's see. Spitz does go for the fastest lap. I'm still not seeing any damage on Miles' car, but if he does go in the pits, we'll know. He stays out. Got Buck and Stig making some moves, which I guess a couple of those were JJ Dog and Miles that they ended up getting around. But Spitz is kind of checking out here. I mean, it's 3.8 seconds back to P2 and crew.
We knew.
Amarul doing.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Sorry.
No. You can continue.
Amarul putting up a good fight with crew, only 1.1 seconds back, and he's on the mediums. So he's showing pretty good pace so far. Yeah. He's got Buck right on his rear though.
Yeah, definitely battle for third actually right here. Depends how close Amarul can get into the DRS's crew. DRS here, 3 DRS zones. We know it's so effective.
Buck's looking. Buck's looking to the inside. He's gonna make a move.
Nope, just backs out of it. Smart of him, honestly. There's no grip around the inside there.
Yeah, that's a tough corner to pass.
It is,
for sure.
yeah. I'd stick it. Got a yellow flag. It looks like a Mercedes back all the way. JJ Dog. Yep.
It is JJ Dog.
Lost that out of turn 5.
Yeah, that's
turn 7. Sorry,
we had talked about.
Yeah, turn 5 is the entrance. Yeah, the entry to it. Yeah. Now he's just.
I think Buck's gonna have a go here at Amarul. Yeah, he's gonna look to the inside. He's gonna get it done easily. I think Amarul just kind of let him have that one.
He does fight back around the outside. Breaks a little bit later. A bit of contact. Nothing too severe. Buck gets into P3, which is honestly, it's putting him in an absolutely amazing position right now for Buck, because he's got pace, we know. But if he can keep it up with crew on the mediums, like, that's incredible, man. He can easily, we can see an Aston Martin P1, P2, honestly, if they keep it up like this. But it's a long race ahead of us, 25 more laps, so let's see what Buck can do. He's already gained about 5/10 on crew in the first sector.
Graham's gotten around Stead. He's up in a P6. He's one of the big movers so far. I think he's up maybe 3 or 4 positions. And JPR's up in a 9th from all the way back from 15th. We've got a McLaren around. That's Villeneuve. He does a good job of getting out of the way of everybody. That's going to drop him back to P11. Nice little battle from P4 really all the way back to P7. Less than a second separates all those guys. All these guys are on the mediums, so I mean you've got Amarul, who we know has good pace. If you're Stig, I don't know if you don't just kind of hang behind and save some ERS. It looks like he's going to try to make a move.
Into turn 1 down the inside, really close right there. Goes for a better exit.
Both do a good job of leaving space there.
Oh my God, Stig has already got no ERS.
Yeah, I think he was really committed to a move. Big oversteer moment there. Yeah, he was really committed to that move into turn 1, and it just didn't work out for him.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the thing, like with sin damage, you have to be really careful and really trust the guys that you're around to give you space, because one small tap is monumental in if you get damage or not.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Sticks, I mean, Graham's closing in on these guys with all the battling that they've done. They've got Miles right behind, or Stead actually right behind them, so this is going to be a good battle for P4. I think we might see a double pass by Stig and Graham here.
Yeah, huge battle for P4 right now from Stead all the way to Amarul.
And Amarul actually has the most DRS out of all these guys.
Yeah, he does. You see Stig's got like absolutely nothing, just burning it every turn, which isn't... It's not bad, but it's not good, because it's only lap 6, you know, and we already see our first penalty, 3 seconds to Villeneuve for exceeding track limits.
Yeah, you've almost just, when you're this low, you've almost got to see, like, if you get a better exit, and then kind of just make your move. Like, if you're burning it out of every corner, you're just never going to be able to get by, especially with Amarul having the ERS advantage.
Yeah, and we see a lot of these guys battle for fourth. Almost every single one of them has less than 30% URS. Graham's got 15, Stead's got 30, Stig's got 15, Emerald 30. Like, they are just not conserving at this point to just battle for position because they know how important it is. It's a big moment for Emerald right there. Stead gets past. Oh, Stig had a moment. Stig had a moment. He must have lost it.
Oh, he sure did.
Yeah.
Wow, Graham, Stead, all get by.
Yeah.
Now he's got Miles right on his rear. As we see Buck closing in on Crew here, he's going to be looking for a move. I think these softs are starting to wear down.
Yeah, already lap 6. I'm telling you, that's we mentioned it in qualifying. Crew's already got half of ERS. Buck has. I don't know about going in. Yeah, Buck stays patient. Yeah, stays patient. Yeah, smart of him to be patient with it. Get the DRS.
Exactly.
Keep it clean. All right, Buck moves into P2, puts him in a beautiful position as he gets fastest lap of the race.
Fastest lap. I think JPR had a moment, maybe in turn 12. I saw a yellow flag earlier.
The battling of P4 between Emerald, Stead, Graham, and Stig, as we see Stig get passed by Miles. The battling of that helped beautifully into the hands of Buck because he just flew away with his own gap.
Stig nearly turns it around in 2 and 3.
Yeah.
And that's one of the corners, or a couple of the corners that you're going to have to look out for. Especially as these tires wear down, you're going to lose that grip, and getting the power down is really tricky through there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and
look at this battle from Stead and Graham here.
Yeah, always they've been since lap 1, constantly switching positions. Graham got ahead, then Stead got back ahead. Like you said with Stig though, losing the back end. We saw that a couple times when we were on the onboard of him and trying to overtake Graham. We saw he was losing the back end a bit. As we do see a Mercedes JJ Dog retiring into turn 14, and it's going to be a VSC.
What
same
happened
spot.
there?
The same spot he did it in qualifying and at the beginning of the race. Just lost the back end.
Really?
So we're going to see it right now. If we could get, yep. Yeah, he's completely destroyed that car, hitting that wall.
That's unfortunate. I know JJ Dog definitely has the pace to win a few races here in Tier 2. So that's not going to be the start to the season that he's wanted.
Yeah, it was, he looked really strong the last couple seasons. A couple people picked James Spitz.
I really think this is huge for those guys on the softs. I mean, this is pretty close to their. Oh, and he puts on the mediums. Crew puts on the mediums, so he's doing
same
a
with
two-stop.
Spitz. They're committed to a two-stop strategy.
Wow. Okay.
I don't think the hards would last
really
21 laps. Don't know.
I'm really surprised to not see Miles go in there. He's the only one left on those soft tires.
Yeah, he's going to be pitting right after this.
Wow. I really thought we were going to see some guys switch to the hards there.
I thought so, to be honest, but
it's definitely doable. And this is about the time where you want to be pitting. Maybe a lap or two later, just to be safe. And the guys have done really well. So far, I don't think we have any penalties on the grid.
Except for Villeneuve, yeah.
But yeah, I mean, 8 laps in, we've got 2 retirements technically. So that's not bad compared to what we've seen in some of the races this season so far. Yeah,
exactly. Not bad at all.
Still got Graham instead going at it here. Whew. Graham's going to be looking for a move very soon.
Oh yeah, down the main straight. He's going to be really, really close with the DRS there.
Yeah, this is going to be it.
Yeah, they both got the same amount of DRS. Both burning it up. The power of the DRS, the slipstream. Graham's got the ERS going.
He's going to make a move to the inside.
Nothing Stead could do. He's got to stick it, get a very wide entry.
He's going to try for the switchback here.
He's doing it. He's going to do it. Yeah, he's got so much more traction.
Watch this. Watch this.
Oh, this is beautiful side-by-side right here. Oh, Graham goes around the outside, which we know has more grip sometimes. Just can't stick it around. There it is.
Stead, man. What a great defense from Stead there.
Yeah, he pulled it beautifully.
He gets a little loose there.
Yeah, he absolutely held his ground.
Somebody's around.
Oh,
who's that?
Goodness, that's his teammate.
That's Amaral, yeah.
It is.
Ooh,
he
be
lost
careful.
it. He's got a gap now to JPR. Ooh, we heard him. And you know what that was? That was that big curb on the right side, for sure.
Yep.
Completely
hit that
hit
exit
that
curb that we talked about earlier.
Exactly.
And it's easy to do, man. I mean, it's like
easy.
You don't even realize it, and it just throws you straight left.
Yeah.
Got Spitz looking for a move on Stig here.
We know Spitz has got the fresh tires. Yeah, does it. Look at that.
Yeah, he makes the move. He's going to be setting his eyes on Miles, who's right in front now.
12.
Miles is on those old softs. He's going to have a hard time.
And he's smart. Spitz is smart.
Emerald's around again.
Again?
Again, yes.
Oh, now he's dropping just farther and farther back. Down in P9. Not looking good for him now. He's probably got damage too. Down the main straight.
Miles might go in here. Yeah, he's going in the pits.
Ooh, Stig is right there. Stig is side by side with Spitz. He's burning every bit of ERS he's got. Same with Spitz.
They both got DRS, I think. Is he going to be able to make it stick around the outside here?
Down,
a little switch
he's got
back?
the older tires. I don't know.
Well, we saw how this happened earlier.
Yeah, with Emerald, with Stead and Graham. He's got the DRS.
Oh, he's got it.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh, but Spitz holds the line into the inside. And he's got, just holds him wide.
Those new tires, man. I mean, you could see the difference there.
Yeah, exactly.
Just the extra grip that he got.
Yeah, 9 laps younger. I mean, what can you say? As we do see a 5-second
That's a great battle there, though. And if you see that, it seems like the outside line going into turn 1 is actually working out better.
It is.
Especially if you have equal tires. I know Stig has a little bit of a disadvantage there with older tires, but you get such a better run coming out of turn 1 and going into that next DRS straight than the guy on the inside. Yeah.
And Miles spins. Miles is spun on the hard tires. Into the same turn Emerald did it.
Oh, and he's missing his whole wing.
Emerald. Yeah, it's going to be either...
and somebody else is around. Lapito's actually around also.
Wow, we see a bunch of cars just spinning here, honestly. It's just... They're putting on the harder tires. The wings aren't up as much as they... or they're just hitting the curbs too much. I don't know. But we see a couple people spinning. Miles going to have to box again. Not the race he's looking for after starting in P2.
Yeah, I think you almost have to put the mediums on here and hope for a safety car later on.
And we do see Stig sticking with Spitz. You know, he's not hanging off on the 8-lap old tires.
Yeah, that's going to be huge for Stig. Because we know that Spitz is going to have to pit again.
Yeah.
So yeah, as long as he can stay in that DRS zone, that's going to be huge for him.
Yeah, 100%.
Starting to close back up on Stead also.
And we see the gap between, I'm looking at the gap between Buck and Stead and the gap between Buck and his teammate Spitz. It's just constantly, between the two Aston Martins, Spitz is always gaining on the fresher tires, but between Buck and Stead, it's just constantly gaining as well. Buck has got...
Miles gets a 5-second penalty. Speeding in the pit lane.
Same thing Emerald did with the broken wing. I mean, they're just misjudging the where they're supposed to brake, but not the race he's looking for, Miles, after starting P2. Goes on the mediums. We'll probably have to stop again, hoping for a safety car.
Cruz closing up on the back of JPR. We got a little battle brewing here.
Oh, we see Emerald going down the inside into turn 10. Ooh, or the outside of Gaba into turn 10. The downhill left-hander is so close. I don't know how he held that line.
That was a great move.
Yeah, I don't know how he held it so perfectly. I know the speeding in the pit lane.
Stead gets a 5-second penalty also.
As we see Crew 8-lap younger tires on JPR. He's got the DRS about 5/10 down. Got the ERS going. JPR's got nothing to defend. Held the inside line.
JPR lets him have it.
Yeah, he's off.
And he runs wide.
Yeah. JPR.
So JPR is really setting himself up pretty well here. I mean, he's in currently P5, technically P4 with Crew being a reserve.
Yeah.
And coming all the way back from 15th, so that's a very nice comeback so far.
100%, 100%.
Mr. Delia and Villeneuve are starting to close in together. Villeneuve on the mediums while his teammate Mr. Delia is on the hards. Mr. Delia's got a ton of ERS to use though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like we're kind of in the race where everybody's starting to spread out a little.
Oh yeah, after the first pit stops.
Starting to kind of get in their groove. Maybe just put a few good laps in, and we're going to start to see these
Buck
strategies
pits.
come into play.
There it is. Buck hits the pits. He's going to be on the hard tire for sure. He had a beautiful in-lap, honestly. He maintained the same pace as Spitz did. Puts on the hard tires. Wow. Their Spit goes by. Now this is going to be a battle for P1 between Spitz and Buck.
His teammate. That's a nice problem to have.
Yeah. Will Crew get ahead of
looks
Buck?
like Stig's pitting also.
Ooh.
Oh, he just pitted. Okay, he's on the on the hards.
Ooh, Crew gets right behind Buck. He's going to go for the switchback. Look at that. Gets right behind, almost pulls the undercut, get the DRS, yeah, into turn 3. Goes down the inside.
Oh boy.
Ooh.
What a defense from Buck there. Holy.
Yeah, held the line perfectly, and those fresh tires really working for him, even though they're not.
Yeah, and those are hard. I mean, just come out of the pits on the hards. I mean, you gotta have a lot of confidence to hold that outside line like he did.
Oh yeah, 100%. And like I said, it's going to be a battle for P1 right now because Buck's got a 10-second gap to Spitz. He's going to constantly be gaining lap after lap on those new tires. Ooh, Crew almost spins. But yeah, it's going to be because Spitz has really got to hit hammer time here because he's only 4 laps in on those mediums and he's not gaining anything. He's lost 4/10 to Buck this lap.
Yeah, I would see Spitz maybe try to pit around lap 20, and then go for the softs.
Yeah, could definitely do that.
So he's going to have a lot of pace at the end, but we'll see how that 2-stop strategy works out.
Yeah.
Just from my personal experience, I don't like doing a 2-stop.
No.
Just because I feel like it's really tough to overtake sometimes, and you lose a lot of time. So I like doing the 1-stop personally, but I mean, if he can make it work, more power to him. Riding on board with Villeneuve, he's starting to catch the back of Gabba Guy here. Looks like Gabba Guy's just pitted for the hards.
Ooh,
and
Villeneuve goes
big lock up there.
Oh, Loquito's round. Hits the wall. He's got a damaged wing. Oh, yeah.
He's missing both end plates. Yeah. He's going to have a tough time. Well, just one end plate,
just the front, left.
Luckily, he's pretty close to the pits. Yeah, I mean, you see what a big difference it makes.
Yeah, it's horrible, honestly. As we get to some battles on track, looks like people are spreading out. Loquito's got a 5-second penalty speeding in the pits. We've seen a 5-second penalty from every single person who's pitted with damage.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's such a big difference, like on the downforce. I mean, you really just have to be more cautious going into the pits, braking a little earlier.
Now we're seeing gaps between everyone, except for Villeneuve and Gabba. Those are the closest battle on track.
Yeah, Miles is starting to close up to Villeneuve pretty quickly also.
Yeah, and
it was about 8 seconds just a little while ago. Now it's down to 2.9.
Yeah, after Villeneuve having that moment into turn 11.
Yeah.
Got a couple penalties brewing up here. We got Villeneuve at that 3-second, like we said. Loquito, Miles, Emerald, Stead, they're all on the 5-second. JPR pits as well.
Got a wing change for JPR, so not sure what happened with him. If it was just some slight damage they had to repair or what.
Yeah. Look at that. JPR's already in the points. He's got a beautiful gap now, about 30 seconds from Mr. Delia. So if he can keep consistent, he's good.
He's got Emerald in front of him on those softs, so he's going to have to pit again. Only got a 13-second gap, so if he can keep that gap underneath really 20 seconds, he's gonna come out on top as Emerald takes his last pit stop.
Yeah, 100%. But then Emerald, 14-second gap, he's gonna be flying at the end of the race.
Yeah,
as we see Buck and Spitz. A couple laps later, Buck's still closing in, gained about 1.4 since he pitted. Not too much, but I mean, on fresher tires compared to Spitz.
Yeah, and he's on the hards. I know Spitz is on those mediums, so I guess I guess like we talked, Spitz will...
Oh,
somebody's around.
McLaren. It's going to be Villeneuve.
It is Villeneuve. And he doesn't have
like
any damage, it doesn't look like.
Oh, we got another yellow flag.
Gabba guy goes around also.
Yeah, Gabba's around.
Him and Miles were really close there, and he's on the track. Oh, my goodness.
Goodness.
I don't know how Villeneuve missed him. That was incredibly close.
Yeah.
So yeah, Gabba and Miles were really close there, so I'm not sure if they got together or if Gabba guy just lost the rear. Looked like it was in that S section that we talked about. Turn, was it 4 and 5?
Yeah, that dangerous
or
S
5 and
section.
6, I believe, maybe.
Yeah, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, it's that S section that kills everyone. That and turn 12.
Yeah. Yep.
But as we see the penalties right now, we got a major penalty is actually Stead, because he's got that 5 second, and he's got about a 3.5 second gap to Graham behind him. So. And that's basically for a podium because crew's a reserve. So
yeah,
it's going to be a podium fight right here as we see Villeneuve pit. We also see Emerald with a penalty, 5 seconds. He's going to serve it in the pits, but he's going to be pitting again. So 15 seconds to JPR is going to be 10 seconds. And JPR is going to have about a 12-second gap once he comes out if he stays this way. So, I don't know. We'll see what goes on right now. We'll see when some of these guys decide to pit. Some of the front runners on the mediums. We got Crew and Spitz both on the mediums. I believe everyone else is on the hards going to the end.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
Mr. Delia might be...
yeah, he's
I
on the
don't know if he's
crossover.
going to be able to make it. It's going to be close for him. Yeah, he's got 11 laps on those hards.
I don't even think it's worth
running
him.
in the points, though.
I don't think it's worth him staying out because he's got about a third, no, more than that. He's got about almost an 18-second gap to Gabba, and Miles is going to have to pit again. So, I mean, I think it's worth just going to like lap 22, lap 21, and going on to the softs.
Yeah, that's true. Emerald gets a 3-second time penalty.
Yeah, that's going to hurt him a lot.
He already had 5, correct?
Yeah, he did. It's gonna be very crucial for JPR now to keep consistent.
One thing I've kind of seen as we see maybe Villeneuve get out of the way there. I feel like it's a little harder to pick up penalties on this game just because you kind of have to stay off the curbs a lot more than you did on the last game.
Yeah, 100%.
So you kind of have to take more conservative lines. So I mean, we've got a few guys with penalties, but yeah, I kind of expect to see a lot less penalties this season than we had last season. Buck's doing a good job of holding that gap to Spitz, but Spitz is going to be flying on those last probably 8 or 9 laps on those softs.
And there's not going to be team orders because they're battling for P1.
That's true.
So this is going to be pit stops lose you about 22 seconds in Bahrain. So he's going to have a bit of work to do, Spitz, but I mean, being on those soft tires, that's unstoppable, But Buck's not on old tires. It's not like he's been on the tires for 8 laps. It's only been 4 laps. Lap 14, we do see a yellow sector. It's going to be Loquito.
Yeah, it is Loquito.
Yeah, doesn't look like he's got damage. Maybe
that was in 5, 6, 7, I believe.
Left end plate. Completely gone.
He's coming out.
Oh, look at that. And he's got a Mercedes right behind him.
Hope he moves over. He does.
Yeah, he does. Good.
Stig's got to close this gap to Graham. He's got about 11 laps left, so he's got to close 4 seconds within that time. He's done a lot better job on his ERS since he's made that pit stop. We'll go ahead and run through the order here while we don't have anybody actually running or racing for position right now. We see somebody go around. That's one of the
Gabba
Alpines. Was it? I think it was Emerald.
No, it wasn't an Alpine. It was a... Wait, what am I looking at? Oh, yeah, you're right.
Was it?
Yeah. It was Emerald. Villeneuve goes wide into the last turn.
then Emerald goes into the pits.
Yeah, it's not going to be a race he's going to want to remember after all that damage.
Oh, he's already retired. Sorry. All right, so we got Spitz P1, Buck P2, Crew P3, Stead P4, Graham P5, Stig P6, JPR with the drive of the season so far up in P7, Emerald P8, Mr. Delia P9, Miles rounds out the points, finishing positions in P10, Gabagai P11, Villeneuve P12, and Lakido P13.
Yeah, and you know what? This isn't a good situation for Spitz because he's got to try and pit and wind up. He's going to wind up pitting. If he pits right now, he's going to be in between Graham and Stead, and he doesn't want that, you know, because he wants to get clean air to try and catch. So if he can pull that gap a bit more to wind up getting ahead of Stead and behind Crew, I think that's manageable. But he's got a lot of work to do.
He looks to be pushing pretty hard this lap. He's bumped the gap up a couple of tenths to Buck on this last lap.
Might be an indication that he's pitting. Haven't seen Spitz last season. Yeah, we didn't know what to expect from Spitz because he wasn't here last season for much. What was it? A couple of races maybe at max?
Yeah, toward the end. Yeah.
Yeah. So we don't know what to expect being on this new game. We know he's got pace, especially last game. Yeah, and it does look like you said he's really pushing this lap. We do see JPR pit as well. Oh, JPR pits. That's interesting. Yeah.
Might see a wing change.
Oh no, just goes on the
softs on.
Hard's only 4 laps old. I don't know why.
He's got a pretty solid gap. I don't know if he's going to come out in front of Amaral.
I don't think so.
Pretty close.
No.
No, Amaral goes by.
You know what that is? He's got confidence that he could pass Amaral, and because he's got the penalty, plus he can go for fastest lap.
True, and he just might not have felt comfortable on those hards. I know they're not for everybody, for sure.
And Spitz stays out. He stayed out, but he's gaining time. He's gained 6/10 this lap compared to Buck.
Yeah, there's really, I mean, like he's gaining time, but at the same time, this is time where he could be on the softs gaining more time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That makes sense.
It does make sense, but I mean, I think I know what he's trying to do because those softs will last a couple laps, be really consistent, gain a couple seconds, but then at the end he's just. What happened, Buck?
JPR nearly gets into the back of Lakido there as Lakido was trying to get out of the way.
Oh, look at that! Miles is in a points position now.
Yeah, he's closing up on Mr. Delia also.
We do see some wear on the front right tire there for Miles. I don't know if he will be staying out.
It's going to be close for him. I'm not sure. He's already got 8 laps on him. That would put him about 16 laps on those mediums. I'm not sure. I'm not sure they can do that much. He's going to have to be really nice to him. He's got a pit stop gap back to Gabagai.
Yeah, and we said Spitz is gaining time, but at the same time, he's not burning ERS. He's actually gained about 20% in the last couple laps.
Miles is going in now.
Oh, he does pit. Yeah, he's going to be on the soft tire.
Yeah. So he's going to serve that 5-second penalty also. So that might actually be close.
Yeah, Spitz pits now. This is big right here. He's got 7 or 8 good laps to get absolute killer laps. And by the looks of it, it's going to be close with Stead, honestly. I don't think he'll get ahead. Buck goes ahead. Crew's going down the main straight right here, and he's carrying Stead with him.
I think they're both going to get him, yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately, as much as he didn't want that. Yeah.
That's tough.
It's going to be a lot of work for Spitz to do now. He's got 13-second gap to Buck, which we know is doable on the soft tire. Now he's got to really hit hammer time here. Get past Stead ASAP. Get past Crew. He's got 70% ERS. The others have absolutely nothing. Like, Stead's got 10. But I think Crew's going to be pitting as well. I don't know if he can go another 7 laps on those mediums. It's going to be a tall order. But he's really got to clear Stead here because this is crucial times right now. I bet you down this next straight, he's got to burn every bit of ERS he has.
JPR pumping out the fastest lap there.
Yeah, he's going to burn everything he has to get by him.
Yeah, here goes Spitz.
Smart.
Inside here.
Had to do it. Now, for 7 laps, let's watch this battle as he's gained 1.5 seconds on this first 2 sectors. He's going to absolutely... He's going to be flying, but I don't know if he can do it, you know? I mean, it's going to be tight.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be close.
He can easily get
Mr. Delia's in the pits now.
Oh, yeah, that's right. He does pit. You see a yellow flag.
Somebody goes around. Emerald's around again.
Wow.
Oh, my goodness. He clips the Lakido in the Alfa Romeo and gets a 5-second penalty also.
Will this be a safety car? If this is a safety car, this is huge. Or a VSC?
Lakido's still going somehow. I'm really not sure how, because they made pretty solid contact.
Wow, this is incredible.
Already nearly caught Crew.
Yeah, and this is gonna hurt him a lot now. This is gonna hurt him because Crew's great at defending. We know that, but he's got so much older tires.
He's gonna have VRS or DRS here.
Yeah, it's gonna be Emerald as well.
Oh, he's gonna make the move before. Oh, we've got a virtual. That's terrible news for Spitz.
Oh yeah, this has hurt his race. That's it. I don't think he can do it.
It's gonna have to be a quick one.
Look at that.
I wonder what happened for the VSC.
It was Emerald spun again.
Really? That's been a tough race for him. Yeah, he's missing his whole wing right now.
After that amazing qualifying, honestly. Look at that, yeah, no way.
Into the last corner. Yeah, he's struggling.
And this has really hurt Spitz because he was trying to get past Crew. And the gap is now 13 seconds back to where he started at.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of it's going to be down to what kind of restart he gets. I'm sure they're just making sure that Delta's at a safe space before they restart. As Mr. Delia jumps Emerald, we're going to see Miles jump him as well.
When is VSC going to end? How's Crew pits?
Man, Crew's going to the pits. So he may just be retiring here.
DRS enabled, there it is. Spitz is unleashed now. 14 seconds. Wow. Well, we know he's going to gain in this.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, he lost 4 seconds there.
Well, now he's
already down to 12 and a half. Holy.
Yeah, he's going to be flying right now. He's got 80% ERS, so he can burn it. But I don't think it's going to be enough. He's got, look at that, all the traffic he's got. It's just hurt him so much. He's got Gabba guy being lapped. Just way too much traffic. Gabba's not going to, stays out of the way.
Gets around, yep. It's tough being a lapped guy just because, I mean, especially these guys on the softs, I mean, they're just flying around the track. So you got to be really careful about how you get out of the way and where.
Yeah.
I don't think he's going to have enough time.
No chance, no chance. 10, 11 seconds in 5 laps, that's a tall order, man. He's gained a lot of time this lap, but not enough. He's 1.2 seconds up on his personal best, and the VSC was out on the first bit of the lap.
That's crazy.
That's incredible, man. Let's see what he can do. Is it going to be a fastest lap? Villeneuve gets another penalty. This is the battle on track right now. Everyone's gapped except for this. Well, it's a big gap.
Yeah, we've got Emerald closing to
look at that.
Guy as well.
He gets the fastest lap as the VSC was out for the first bit of the lap. That's incredible. So let's see how much he can gain this lap. So 10.4 he was behind. See, I'm already gaining 4/10. All his time is gained in the first corner. Like he's gained like
first sector. Yeah.
Oh my God, he's gained like 8/10. Yeah, that's incredible. It's all in that first sector. So much grip.
He's got a nice gap. He's got some clear track.
He does.
As we see, Buck's still got about one more lapped car to clear. Looks like he's already got through a couple. May have been Miles and Lakido there.
And Buck, he's on the old tires. He's got no ERS, not much to play with here. Spitz is gained. Yeah, this is gonna. You know what this is gonna be? This is gonna wind up, if anything, to the very last lap because Spitz has already gained about 1.8 seconds this lap.
Yeah, he's gonna end up gaining over 2 seconds
a lap. If he can keep consistent, he's gonna be in.
It's gonna be right. Oh, somebody's around.
It's a Mercedes.
I think that's Stig. Yeah, it's Stig coming out of turn 10.
Still keeps his position. but he's lost so much time to Graham.
Yeah, he's also got Crew.
This should easily be the fastest lap for Spitz again. Reclaim that fastest lap.
Yeah, he's oh my goodness, almost 3 seconds he gained that lap.
Yeah.
And he really didn't use that much ERS.
No, he didn't. I'm saying striking distance, lap 29. That's it.
Oh my God.
If anything,
I wonder if these guys are in a party.
I wonder.
I bet it's getting really quiet in that party. If they are.
Yeah, if they're in a party, it is real quiet. Buck's got no ERS to play with. Spitz is gaining so much time in that first sector. It's incredible. He's got so much pace through there, so much confidence through that first couple of turns where we know people struggle because of the curbs. Wow, okay, so what he's got to do is really close this gap up now and gain about 2 seconds a lap on the next couple laps because it's crucial. It is crucial. He's got a lot of ERS to play with still.
And it seems like Sector 2 is kind of where he kind of doesn't really gain a whole lot of time.
Yeah.
But then, like, I know that last lap, the last corner, he gained nearly like half a second, I think.
Yeah. And I'm surprised because the middle sector, you'd think you gain the most because the S's.
Yeah, right.
But it looks like he's just taking different lines compared to Buck. And it's not gaining as much time, but he has gained quite a bit of time. Let's see how much he's gained compared to his personal. He's only lost 2/10 from the last lap, so he's still gaining quite a bit. But he's got to gain 2 seconds a lap now.
I think he might have made a mistake there because he used a whole lot more ERS that lap.
Yeah, I think now he's going to be burning it a bit more just to gain. Look at that, 6/10
already.
7/8. My goodness, it's incredible that first sector how much he gains. Oh, has a moment.
We got a battle between Crew and Stig here. As Stig just lets him by. Crew is a reserve, so he won't be scoring any points today.
Yeah, now Stig is just what Stig could do is he can pit for softs on this lap, go for fastest lap. That's what I would do. He's got a beautiful gap to JPR. I mean, to salvage at least 1 extra point, you know.
Spitz can see him. He can see him now.
But he's going to gain like a second this lap. He's got to gain a second more. And this is where the softs slow down.
I think Buck's just really good in the second sector.
Yeah, he's really strong in that middle sector.
He's 6/10 down through Sector 2 this time around.
Yeah, this is where the softs. Now he's going to be losing about 1.6 laps, Spitz, to his personal best.
He's going to need some DRS from these guys in front.
Clips that in about 1.5 this lap. Not as good as he wants to.
He's going to need a little over 2 seconds a lap from here on.
And I don't think it's doable. Yeah, there's Crew with the 3-second penalty. Let's see, does Stig pit? Will he pit?
No, Stig did not pit. He's out.
Yeah, let's see. He's crossing the pits right now. We'll see if he pits.
Stig? He shouldn't have to pit.
He shouldn't, but ideally you could pit. You got the gap.
Yeah.
But he didn't.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. It would be close back there to JPR, though. I don't know if it's worth a risk.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, Spitz is gaining so much. Like, it's incredible how much time he gains in that first sector. But then he just doesn't do anything in the middle. And, there's Miles right in his way. The blue flags should be.
He's gonna get some DRS for Miles here.
He will, but he's got the dirty air into that turn. Gets the DRS.
Miles gets out of the way.
He's gained quite a bit this lap, Spitz, but because he's used all his DRS, but it's not going to be enough. It's gonna be so tight. And you know what killed him there? It's that VSC. Yeah,
it really did. I mean, it cost him half a lap or even more than that.
No, it was about a lap.
That could be a second or more.
Yeah, that could have brought him in the DRS, and him pitting and wind up being behind Stead and Crew, having to pass them all. He lost a lot of time there. So I think he could have pulled this off. Like, he's gained 2 seconds this lap again. I think he could have pulled it off. It was if he didn't have that traffic, but to be 2.8 in the last lap, Buck's gonna have to make a massive mistake here. As you see, Crew and Stig. Stig's got
Yeah,
the DRS down the straight.
Starting to battle a little bit again.
Crew's got so much more DRS to play with.
Hards.
There's Loquido. Got to get out of the way here. Matt does a great job at doing that. You could see it within 1 second now of his teammate. He could see that rear end of the Aston Martin.
That's gonna make him sick, dude.
That is gonna, yeah. If that was me in his position, that's just.
He was just walking away at the beginning.
He was. He had so much more pace. It's just. You know what? To be 1-2 in the constructors right now, or for the team, that's amazing. Honestly.
Yeah, that's absolutely huge.
Yeah, as we see Buck run in the final turn of the Bahrain Grand Prix. I don't know if this is first win, but definitely the first win of the season. He's dominated so far. He's going to take the checker flag and win the Bahrain Grand Prix. Spits in P2.
What a great race.
Aston Martin 1-2. They cleared the top two spots.
Got Stead coming around. He's going to wind up that final podium spot.
There we go. And we see,
Oh, Stead had a 5-second time penalty.
And
Graham jumps in by 6/10 of a second.
Gets that. What a
Holy
finish.
cow.
I told you about that 10 laps ago. It's going to be crucial, that penalty.
Wow.
Look at that.
I completely forgot about that.
Yeah, that's incredible. Look at that. We got Graham in P3, which is quite a surprise because he's been under the radar the whole race and just came out of nowhere.
Graham was like, I think Graham qualified like P9.
Yeah, an incredible drive from Graham. Stead finishes P4. We got Stig in P5, Crew in P6. Crew is a reserve, so JPR will move up to P6. And Mr. Delia still in the final two sectors. JPR across the line gets P7. Yeah, an incredible drive from honestly the top. I'm going to say the top two were amazing. They did stellar. Graham just consistent laps, lap after lap. Yeah, was amazing. Same with Stead. That 5-second penalty did hurt him a bit. Stig,
cost him a podium.
It did, yeah, it did cost him the podium. And Stig being the runner-up in the championship, you know what? Expected a bit more. He had a bit of a spin almost. So I mean, P5 isn't going to be bad at all.
Yeah, all in all, I mean, I think he might have improved his position from the start. So
yeah, he did, and he recovered
solid race
nicely
from Stig. If he could just clean up a couple of those mistakes, I mean, that gains him so much time.
Yeah.
And so yeah, what a freaking race.
That was a good opening race.
That's the thing about the two stops that just worries me. There's just so much unknown about kind of where you're going to come out, like what gap you're going to have to drivers, and I don't know. I like track position a little more. But like I said, that's completely down to preference. And Spitz could have made a run there at the end.
I think he. We'll ask him a bit of questions there in the after race interviews. But as we see, Emerald in P10 with the fastest lap gets the extra point. Miles in P9 does finish in P9 to get those extra points. Everyone's going to move up as well. So Gabagai is going to get a point there because Crew is a reserve. It's been it's been insane this race.
Invites real quick.
I'm going through the race director a little bit just in case. All right. Not much of a race director, to be honest.
Once the pit stops kind of cycled through, there was kind of quieted down a little. But yeah, I mean, just seeing those guys on the different strategies was.
Yeah. Yeah. Did you want to invite them, or I got the list open right now? Okay, perfect. Yeah, it's been an incredible race right now, and honestly, it's. I've enjoyed it a lot. Like I wouldn't.
Yeah, really.
It was incredible as an opening.
I think one of the things that I'm the most proud of, there were no safety cars.
Yeah, so honestly, I am so surprised.
I wasn't
with that.
expecting that.
And as we have joined the party, we have the top three. Wow, they all came quite quickly. So we're gonna start off with the P3 finisher, Graham. You just you drove an incredible race. You know, I mean, me and Dunk were talking about it. You just kind of drove under the radar. and just kept consistent lap after lap. And by 6/10 you got that P3 after the 5-second penalty of Stead. How was your race? And yeah, go through it.
It was tough. I did try to maintain consistency and not mess up or spin at all. I knew if I did that, I'd be fine. But then once I just got behind Stead, I just couldn't get past him. And I was going to undercut him, and then that didn't work. He hit at the same time. And it was a terrible pit stop. And then, so it ended up being about 3.5 seconds for the rest of the race. If I can maintain that, because you got a penalty, I'd be fine. So we just got to maintain it the whole time.
Yeah. Anything to say,
Graham,
Dunk?
great race. I think you started P9, is that right? So
Yeah. An incredible drive
can't remember.
to a
Were you
podium.
on the softs? Were you on the softs or the mediums? Okay. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
we've seen several different strategies, and I know I saw Miles go on the softs. Seems like Spitz was on the softs also.
Yeah.
So like Bahrain's. Yeah. That was one of the surprises of the race for me, was not having any full safety cars. But yeah, like Lucas said, just I think we can kind of expect that from you, just Mr. Consistency, and gave to you out there. So congrats.
Yeah. Yeah, and speaking of strategies, we saw a lot of strategies, like Dunk said, getting into play. Medium, hard, it looked like the favor, and that leads into our next podium finisher, Spitz or James, whatever. You went on the alternate strategy. You went on the soft, medium, soft, and at the end of it, it just, I feel like we said it, the VSC kind of just, and the cars in front, like Crew instead, they just kind of got in your way. But yeah, it was a great run overall, and how do you feel about that strategy call?
Yeah, so yeah, I believe if there was no virtual safety car there at the end, I would have gone to the DRS for at least one lap. But it was good. Yeah, my theory for going on the strategy was, let's put it on pole, and let's just not worry about breaking the wing in turn one. Stay in the lead and just be safe. Just stay in the lead, and then I'm like, there's going to be a safety car, so I was hoping there would be one in the first couple laps, then go medium, preferred strategy, right? But no safety car, but the virtual safety car did help me. I stopped one lap earlier because I was just coming around the last corner, and that gained me a good, probably like 5 seconds. So I came out just behind Stig, and then it was just an easy overtake. Burnt all my ERS though defending on, I don't know what lap it was, like the second lap after my pit stop. And then it's just so hard to regain it here. There's so many straights. So yeah, that just took a hit to my ERS, but yeah, then just saved it for the final stint on the softs, and was just trying to push to get bucked. But
yeah, it was it was just 2 seconds short, and being behind 2 cars battling for position, and the VSC it was unfortunate. We were saying it as well. Is he gonna pit and try and go for a gap between Stead and try to just keep pushing? But it was cutting it close, honestly. But yeah, overall it was a great race. 1-2 for the Aston Martin, and leading on to our first place finisher, Buck. I don't know if this is your first league race win, or especially for sure it's going to be the first of the season. But how do you feel about finishing first for the start of the season?
Honestly, I'm just as shocked as probably the rest of y'all are. I know that the qualifying format really screwed with me. I didn't see the announcement, so I was a little pissed off about it. And I didn't really know what to do. I sat in the garage for probably about 5 minutes to start qualifying, trying to figure out what I was going to do. It kind of really threw me off. I've been practicing all week for the full race quali, but it is what it is. So qualifying, I think, went really well. I mean, I think I had a pretty decent lap on the mediums, put me all the way down into P5 or 6 to start the race, and then my goal was the same as everybody else's, is, since we were on sim damage, is not to break the front wing, not to get any damage, period. And there was a collision in turn 1, and I think it was Galloway that got spun, or almost spun, and I had to go off the track just to avoid damage or hitting someone. So I came back on the track in like P7 or 8, I think, and then I just pushed as hard as I could. And I know I've had a lot of incidents in practicing with this track and with the curves and stuff, and it just kind of worked out. So, and then, I mean, Spitz is just, he's incredibly fast, and it's hard to keep up with him because his gap was up to 9 seconds, and then when he went on the alternative strategy, I knew I was going to have the race lead towards the end of the race, and he started closing that gap, and it was down to 2 seconds, and I was like, fuck, he's going to catch me before the end of this race. And I was like, I really want to fucking win this, so I pushed as hard as I could and burned all my ERS in the last couple laps, and came home with the win. And it's not my first league race win. It's definitely the first of the season, obviously, but I've had, I think, 3 wins so far in NFS. So I'm looking definitely for more to come this season. As like I told everybody before, I'm out for revenge this season after what happened last season. I think I should have been higher up the last season, but I'm definitely pushing for a chip with Spitz here this season.
Yeah, I think especially heading into the new game with the damage model and the new handling model, you kind of really don't know what to expect until you get out there and do the first league race. So yeah, we're not necessarily surprised to see a little mix-up in pace with some of the guys, but it's definitely nice to see some different people battling for leads and battling for podiums up there. So congrats to you guys.
I think Team Mercedes is going to be up there with us. I think they just had a bad race. I know Stig and JPR, or not JPR, but JJ Dog are very quick, and I know they probably just had some issues with the handling model maybe. I mean, they're maybe not up to speed on pace or whatever, but I know they're going to get into it, and it's going to come down to a fight towards the end of the season, but that's what me and Spitz are ready for, and we're ready to take it to the end to Abu Dhabi or whatever track it is.
Yeah, you guys definitely threw down the gauntlet today with that 1-2 finish. So yeah, congrats to you guys, and hope I think everything went pretty well, besides maybe the little quali mix-up. But yeah, so we'll move on to crap, I don't even know what's next. Spain, maybe. We know Buck's fast in Spain, so
yeah, practiced quite a bit for that preseason.
I mean, yeah. Actually, the next race is Baku.
Oh yeah, Baku. Yeah.
Okay, sweet.
Spain isn't until the end of the season.
Oh, so all that practice to nothing. Damn.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
So congrats, and yeah, congrats on all your podiums and a great start to the season. We saw a lot of good battles out there, and for the most part, it was all super clean.
Yeah.
Didn't have a single safety car, and I think that's saying something, especially with sim damage.
I think so too. I agree. I don't really agree with sim damage because I know how bad the damage models are as far as touching and breaking the wing. Now you can break the wing, and the floor can get broken and stuff. So, but I think not having a single safety car really turned this race, because one safety car turns every single race almost.
Right.
It could have turned for me and Spitz completely if we had a safety car, and I was praying every time a VSC came out that it didn't improve to a safety car, and it didn't happen. But I think the sim race, sim damage is the way to go.
Yeah.
I know we're probably
if nothing else, I think it scared people into driving safely.
I love sim damage.
I think also too, sim damage might have scared people into being safe, and that's throwing off their pace as well, because they're more scared about keeping the car safe than they are keeping the car safe than trying to get up to their pace and trying to overtake people in certain corners and dive bomb and all this stuff. So I mean, we'll see over the course of the season, but Baku's definitely going to be interesting now, because we know how Castle is going to be, and with the strategy, with the setups this year, it's going to be hard to get into Castle with more than one car at a time.
And Baku is one of those tracks that it seems like in league racing that's a really bad track for retirements and safety cars. So I'm kind of looking forward to that, just to see kind of where we are as a league and as our quality of driver goes. But we'll see when we get there. Everybody's got a whole week to practice, so we'll wrap it up with that. We do want to give a mention to crew.
Hi.
So we called you out early on in the stream, crew.
I did hear, thank you very much.
You had a really nice race. You're gonna be racing here in just a few minutes in Tier 1 also. But yeah, just kind of run us through your race first of all, and then kind of run us through what's all going on with you with the 24-hour stream.
Basically, I thought, well, with the short quali, I thought, well, I may as well have a gamble on the mediums. It wasn't working. I don't like the medium tyre on that track. Also, as well, I'm really chuffed with the overall result because I forgot to put my setup on. So I did that with balanced setup, the basic balanced preset setup.
Oh dang, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Stuck it on P3 on the soft. The soft's a great tyre, but it offered me 2-stop, soft, hard. So I thought, I'll just switch that to soft, medium, soft if we're going to do a 2-stop. I just thought I'd try it out because I thought the medium tyre might be different under the race conditions compared to the quali. It was okay. It was decent pace, but I wasn't happy with it as such. So it's all just, it's testing ready for the next race later. But I'll just try and stay out of people's way when they turned up and what have you. But I thought I'd gotten out to lose. It's a trial and error one for me. This one was, but the stream, the charity thing. It's now in UK. It's now 10:26 p.m. I started a 24-hour marathon at 10:45 this morning, so I'm 19 minutes off 19 minutes off 12 hours. I'm basically just—it's not specifically Formula One. It's just all sorts of games, whatever I can stream. It's all raising money for a local, a British cancer charity, which they don't do research for the illness itself. They provide incredible support for the families, not just the patient, but the direct families. So, for example, I lost my dad to it just over about 8.5 years ago, and they were able to provide resources for my mother and myself to get our rest in from caring for him. So, because that's just as important as the patient himself. So,
absolutely.
And my target, I only set a modest target, but you guys summed it up pretty perfectly when I heard it on the stream. Thank you, by the way. But I only set a modest target of £100, and I'm already at about 630.
Well, that's great.
That's great.
Good to hear.
And that's and before I even started, it was about 450.
So
that's great.
Yeah, so I'm well pleased. I mean, I put £15 in myself. That's it, but other people have been very generous. And it affects a lot of people. So if anyone can put a couple of pounds and a couple of dollars in, it doesn't have to be a lot. It doesn't have to be anything. Just I appreciate the support, and it's just it makes it something that's close to my heart, and it's worthwhile. Cause,
absolutely. I mean, and I just speaking like on a personal level, I think we've all pretty much been affected by someone who's had cancer at some point in their life, whether it was us or a family member, like you said. Yeah. So that's something that we can all kind of relate to, and definitely.
Yeah. I'm not sure what it's like in the States, but in the UK, statistically, 1 in 3 people will get it.
Yeah, I think it's the same here.
So yeah, but it's one thing is finding research and funding research, but the other thing is, if anything, I find it more important that the family needs support. So yeah,
absolutely.
And they were brilliant with me, and they were brilliant with my dad and my mum. So yeah.
Yes, definitely a cause worthy of giving to. So if you're listening to Crew's stream or if you're listening to our stream, either way, go check him out and do what you can. Like I said, it's definitely a worthy cause, and we'll see Crew later on, and in Tier 1, hopefully he can pump out some good laps. So
I'll have a go. As long as you don't put it in the wall, I'll be happy.
All right, boys. Well, I think that's gonna call it, and we still got a little more time than normal going into Tier 1 with the short quali.
Yeah, about an hour and a half, isn't it now?
Yeah. We'll be back in about an hour and a half with Tier 1, and tune in to us. I'm not sure. We should be good to go on the NFS YouTube going into Tier 1, so we'll see how that goes. If not, we'll be on Fallen Monkeys, probably Twitch page if I had to guess. But yeah, enjoyed it, guys. Appreciate you joining me, Lucas.
No problem. Anytime.
Taking care of my sorry internet, and I had a really good time. I think anytime you can get somebody else to help you commentate it, it's a whole lot more fun and probably a whole lot more enjoyable for the guys watching also to watch it back. I know get kind of tired of hearing the same person talk all the time, so yeah, I appreciate you doing that, and we'll see you guys here in just a few minutes for Tier 1.
Was the quality